Well, we're back in the lab. We got a couple new projects. Well, this is just really an easy cleanup, I think. This was it's a little wizard, Dietz little wizard. I have no idea how old it is. It's so hard to tell. I don't know. Let me know if I know. I know there's a date code, and I don't want to dig at it. This paint's too nice. But after I clean it up, if I decide the paint's not too nice, and then we're gonna strip it and see what kind of date's on it. I'm assuming it not saying Dietz on the crown probably has something to do with what year it is, but this was only 15 bucks. So, but it's sturdy. I was gonna clean this up, clean up the globe, and clean up the wick assembly and everything else. So, and then we got a Paull's large fount number 2. Look at that. Don't know what I'm going to do about that filler cap. I'm sure I can find something, but nice and dirty, just like I like them. That is a large fount for sure. Got a spare cork for the filler cap. There's a little nut. We can get that out. Yeah, this will be fun. I'm going to take it to the sink and clean them up. You don't really need to. If you've watched any past videos, you've seen me putting paint stripper on and cleaning stuff in the sink. I'm not going to go film that whole thing. But, alright, we'll move it on to the sink. The globe's in nice shape. It's all one piece. Heavy glass. No badging on it. Filler cap was cork. We'll find something for that. This is rusted on. We're going to hit this with some WD and get that loosened up. Can't tell. Looks like there's webs and not a wick in there. Okay. We're just going to get the dirt and grease off it, and then we'll throw some stripper on there after we get this apart. Oh, I see I had to bring this into the lab. This burner's being pesky. But I see it is green underneath all this dirt. The Paull's green under there. Huh. But there's too much surface rust for me to leave that. But we're going to take some parts off of this. Just in case I need to get a strap wrench out and stick it on there. Okay. Well, we got the little wizard cleaned up. Globe's drying in the sink. But we got crucial little areas cleaned. The paint's just great. That's fine. As far as a year on this, I don't know. I'm assuming it's Hong Kong made. I looked really close to see if I could see anything peeking out of that paint. Any date coats. I don't see anything. The only way I would know is by digging at it, and I don't want to dig at it unless I decide I want to paint this something. But I like the Dietz blue. I like this this like metallic-y, wavy kind of candy apple kind of thing they got going on there. So this is ready to go on the shelf and display. It's a pretty little thing. Nice mid-size. Onto the Paull's large fount. There's a couple layers of paint on there. This must have been the original green. It looks like a military green, doesn't it? Interesting. Almost down to it. I'm going to do another layer of paint remover. This metal's going to be great. This metal's going to look wonderful. Okay. I don't know how to get this this globe plate out on this thing. That's welded down there in the bottom. I thought it would slide out if I loosened up these two babies. I tried looking online to see if anybody was doing a restoration on one of these babies, but I don't know how to get that off. And I think that, well, technically probably could by desoldering this stuff, but I am not to that level. I've soldered. I was big into electronics in the 80s, for crying out loud. I could figure it out, I suppose, watching enough YouTube videos on it. Well, see, that's still, you would have to stretch out. I wouldn't want to do that. In order to get that, well, I have to desolder both because all the curves in there. I'm just going to have to clean all that by hand with the Dremel. We'll see. Yeah, I looked at it. I'm like, why is that not sliding out? Technically, it looks like, let me get something to point with here. I thought this was just a sleeve, and the metal wraps around this thing here. This wraps around, comes out this side, and comes out on the back side here. So I just thought pulling up would take this out. But it's all welded right down there. It's all welded. This whole thing's all welded together here. So that's a bummer. If you know of an idea and you got a video of it, you'd be able to explain it to me. That'd be great. But until then, I'm gonna just fiddle fart around with this thing and get her cleaned up. Okay, back to it. We got two layers of multiple layers of paint taken off. It was 2 applications of the stripper, and I just started hitting it with the wheel a little bit to see. Oh, it's gonna be pretty. It's gonna be pretty. It's excellent. Boy, you know, this final, the little remnants of this leftover green paint, and I was taking off. I'm like, oh my God, that's copper patina. This is copper underneath. No, it is not. But it sure looks like it. So we're gonna continue with this on the wheel. I came really close to leaving it kind of looking like this, but I'm not gonna. You know, if we all did things the same way, we wouldn't have anything to talk about. So, all right, I'm gonna put her back on the wheel here and let's see how she looks after a little while. And unfortunately, like I said, I can't take this off. At least I'm not going to attempt to. Because I know it won't go back together the way it should. So we're gonna have to work around that. Okay, well, we've had it on the wheel for a little while. Just the areas that I can get to with the wheel, which is these flat outer surfaces. I mean, the geometry of this, it just won't work. So I get the other part with the Dremel, and I'm just starting to do some Dremel stuff now, getting the solder all cleaned up. That was holding a lot of paint. It's gonna be a nice piece. And if I ever part with it, somebody that wants paint on it can paint it whatever they want, and I will have stripped it all down for them. Gotta find a filler cap. Maybe I can pull one off a couple of those cheapos I got there. It's temporary. Okay. Because I want to fire this thing up. This thing's huge. This is a big boy. Okay. Back to it. Oh, here we go. Gotta put my... Oh, I should have done that before you came to look. Alright, let's put this stuff away. There. 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 That stays here with us. There. I hangs up there. Okay. Take a close look. So I cleaned it up and gave it a rub down with some quadruple zero steel wool. Nice. I was able to get this clean enough. I didn't go too far because then it kind of wouldn't match. But yeah, there's a tiny tinge of green around the corners, but I kind of like it. Kind of gives it a bit of a coppery kind of thing going on. So I think we'll throw some CLP on here and let it sit overnight and wipe it off. I think what I'm going to do now is first I'm just going to play in the corners a little bit. Then I'm going to look at some of these cheapos and see if one of them caps will screw on. I just don't want this cork hanging out. And there was another cork inside here, inside the globe. So this one looks really old. This one, I'm not so sure. But that was in there. So, okay. This is coming along. This Paull's Leader gigantic fount, number 2. Okay. On to the things. Donor cap. Boom. It goes on there. But I'm going to go strip the paint off this and try to muck it up, make it match this nicely. So, this little tiny little piece of crap, I got 3 of these. So, I don't care about sacrificing one. So, there's good parts on this. I mean, like this handle I'll be able to use on something. That's about it. And the cap. But it's worth it. It is worth it for this big behemoth. Beautiful. Well, here we are. Pretty much done. It's got the CLP on there, and I'm going to leave that on there till tomorrow and wipe it off. That's why it looks a little shinier than I'd like it. It's a little too shiny. I like kind of a satiny look to my stressed metal. But what a great patina left on here. Still a couple little specks of green paint around. Some freckling. There's really no bulbous rust on this thing. The only thing that was rusty was the underside of the cap. But it's all cleared up. And this, the crown was dented, had a dent in the top, and it must have got dropped on it, and that's all fixed up. Was able to get the globe guard, what do you call that? I don't remember. Anyway, I was able to clean all this up without taking it off. So here we go. Paull's Leader large fount. Outdone. Don't know what year it is. Or older than 1947. We'll put that way. Okay, so I see a little something. There's a little extra CLP in the corners there. I gotta get that. Okay. Well, hey, that's it for this. If I have any updates on this, I'll put a video up. So yeah, it's great. Good day. We had a successful mission here.